Hello guys, well here we are in Brighton and I don't know what's happened, but look, it's June and it's absolutely freezing, hence the scarf and well, I got this jacket on, but I kind of wish I'd have put on a full coat. This is the beautiful British summer for you. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the topic for today's video, and it is quite simply this. Relationships are in themselves constricting, okay? Relationships are constricting. That is not a bug, that's part of their makeup, that's part of their essential essence, okay? And you have to appreciate that. If you're going to go into a relationship, you have to appreciate that it is by nature going to be constricting. Now, when I've been talking about this stuff recently on the channel, I've had a few guys who say things like, yeah man, but if you're in your frame, then why should a relationship be constricting? You can just do your own thing, you can just do exactly what you want to do, and she's just going to buy into that frame and you know, Bob's your uncle, as we say in the UK. Is that true? Not really. I mean, you kind of wonder sometimes, you read these comments, you kind of wonder, have these people even been in a relationship? Do they understand the dynamics of a relationship, particularly a relationship that goes on for a period of time? And you guys start to get closer, maybe you know, you're living together, or at least you're spending a lot more time together. You know, you are, just as a natural course of that relationship, of that coming together, you're going to have to give up a proportion of your time, and you know, you are going to have to compromise on a number of different things. Now, of course, the degree to which you compromise, yes, that is within your gift, and some guys, you know, compromise everything. They just want to meet an attractive woman and be with her, and you know, she says jump, then they jump, and they'll just completely change around their whole lives. And obviously, you know, nobody's recommending that. That's not a good way to go. But even if you are that alpha dude and you're like, no, it's my way or the highway, in most cases you're still going to end up compromising in some way, or eventually the relationship's going to end. Okay, now I know guys who are very alpha, in inverted commas. I hate using that term, but you know what I'm saying. They're very high status guys. They are well put together. They know what they want. They're not afraid to communicate what they want. They'll lay down the law, all of that good stuff. But even they end up either having to make some compromise for the sake of the relationship, or ultimately the relationship just ends, because however much that woman is attracted to you and she loves you and the sex is great and all this kind of thing, in the end, she's going to kind of want something a little bit more. You know, like I had a friend who was traveling the whole time. He had a girlfriend, but he was away the whole time, leaving her for like 6 months of the year and so on and so forth. And, you know, he'd come back and they'd have, you know, they get together, and, you know, theoretically they were together the whole time. But of course, in the end, you know, a woman, particularly as she gets, you know, into 30, maybe into her 30s, whatever, you know, is she going to really want that as her lifestyle? I mean, most women aren't. There may be a few who do, but most women, you know, ultimately they want something a little bit more stable. They want something a little bit more domestic, okay? But it's not even really about becoming domesticated or anything like that. It's just that, look, I mean, what is a relationship? You know, well, the person is going to want you to spend an amount of time with them, okay? And the person is going to have their own preferences in terms of the way that they want to spend time, all right? You know, she's going to have things that she wants to do. Maybe she likes going to IKEA in Norwich, okay? If she likes going to IKEA in Norwich, are you going to refuse to go every single time? Well, yeah, maybe people in the comments are going to say, yeah, I'd refuse to go every time. And that's fine. Of course, you can, you know, individual things you can say, I'm putting my foot down, I'm not going to do that. But ultimately, your life, as the relationship gets more serious, is not your own anymore. You've got to apportion some time to that person. Otherwise, you're going to feel bad. It's not just that she's nagging you and it's a frame battle. It's also about the fact that, you know, for a start, you want to spend time with her, and secondly, you know, you don't want to hurt her. And I mean, let's be frank. I mean, women are very good at showing when they are upset by something, showing when they've been made emotional by something that doesn't necessarily go in their way. So, you know, you're going to feel that guilt, and also coupled with the fact that, you know, presumably, you know, you love this person, you're invested in this person, you want to spend time with her. Now, what I found in the past is that has meant that I've had to compromise on some of my own goals, right? So I'm writing a book, for example, but now I've got to spend all day Saturday with this girl, because that's what we always do. You know, that's become the pattern in the relationship. And, you know, I know that if I say to her, listen, actually, I'm not going to be spending Saturdays with you anymore because I've got this work to do, she's going to feel hurt by that. She's going to feel upset by that, okay? And so I arrange then to work on the book at sort of other times. I fit it in at different points. you know, it's okay, you can muddle through, you can get around these things, but ultimately you're having to make these compromises in different areas of your life, because otherwise, partly because often guys just want to, you know, they want a quiet life, okay, so there's that, but secondly, you don't want to hurt her, and you want her to have a good time as well, and you want to try to be seen to be, you know, because if you're completely immovable, then yes, you could say, well, that's alpha frame, but it's not a very fun way to live, right? You don't want to be in arguments the whole time about, you know, what you're doing on a Thursday afternoon, okay? So, but anyway, I mean, the very nature of a relationship means giving time of some sort to another person, and time is our most valuable asset, and we never get it back, and it's very important if you're looking to build a business, or you're looking to build, you know, some sort of artistic career, or anything else, or to travel indeed, you know, all these different things. So what is the answer? Well, you know, you have to accept on some level that a relationship, however, at the beginning, however free and easy it seems, because it's always free and easy at the beginning, that's called the honeymoon period, okay? The first 3 months, great. You know, you've got freedom, you've got autonomy, you do what you want, you come together, you have great sex, brilliant, amazing. Who wouldn't like that? But then as it goes on, the constraints start to be applied more rigorously, and then you start to sort of, you know, and if you've fallen for her a bit, then you're going to go along with it, and you're going to lose out on time, you're going to lose out on autonomy. I mean, Paul Janker also talks about financial freedom as well. I mean, ultimately, you get into a marriage, you get into a relationship, you know, how you apportion your money starts to become a joint decision as opposed to just your own decision, okay? So, all of these different things. So you've just got to bear this in mind and understand the degree of compromise that a relationship entails. And then you've got to think, well, is that the life that I actually want? All right, is that actually what I want? And a lot of the time it seems like it, because we're swayed by a pretty face, we're swayed by great sex, we're swayed by, you know, that connection that we have with that person. But if it's at the detriment of certain life goals that we have, then we've got to think very seriously about that. And most of us don't, to be honest. Most guys don't. We just follow our, you know, we follow what's in our trousers, and we don't really think through the longer term consequences of this. But I mean, this is why I talk about social skills so much, and the need to be able to go out and to meet new people, and to bring new people into your life, and to bring new girls into your life to date. Because if we're not going to go down the route of a longer term relationship, then, you know, we're still going to want to socialize with women, we're still going to want to have feminine company and to enjoy sex and relationships and all these kinds of things. It's just we want to do that on our own terms, and the best way to do that is to be able to create mini relationships. So maybe if you travel, you know, there's a girl here, and you have an understanding, you guys are sort of friends with benefits, and then maybe there's someone else over here, and then there's someone else over here, okay? You're living this kind of nomadic bachelor lifestyle. You're not tied down to any one particular person, and it's above board as well. I mean, everybody knows there's no promise of monogamy. Everybody kind of knows what's happening, but you are living life on your own terms. You're still enjoying feminine energy. You're still enjoying, you know, the sexual side of things, but ultimately you're also enjoying your own freedom and autonomy as well, and that's really important. So if that's, you know, something that interests you, then you should get on my free email list, with the link is below, because that's really ultimately what I talk about in my content. You know, I would never want to swear off dating or relationships entirely, because it's just part of the very fabric of our entire existence, right? At the same time, I think for many of us, we need to find a way to do it on our own terms, and that has been what's missing. You know, that's what's missing in our education in terms of dating and relationships, and that's really, you know, what I'm concentrating on at this point in the development of the channel. So yeah, get on the email list, do hit subscribe to the video, and hit subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, thumbs up, comment below, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye bye.